Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Garnet and Old. No inside info, no context, no problem. We have a special guest here. It's about to join us and teased us a little bit yesterday, but it's Dr. David Plack. And I'm going to bring him on right now because everybody is waiting to hear from him and not necessarily from me. But as everybody knows, uh, the FSU Great Give is today. We've been talking about this a lot. And one of the projects for the Great Give, as everybody knows, is we're sending the Chiefs across the pond to go hang out with the team and spread some war chant joy. David, Dr. Plack, welcome. And it looks like, are you on your way to Ireland right now?
yeah, yeah, we're busting to Ireland right now. It's gonna take a couple weeks. Now we're on the way. We got the band of cheerleaders going up to Greensboro, North Carolina for the women's ACC basketball tournament. So we are on our way. We're south of Atlanta, just stopped at Bucky's, and making our way up to Greensboro this morning.
How was the Bucky's stop? Did you have approximately how many students were unloaded to the Bucky's?
So we've got 12 cheer and 29 band, and we've got our cheer coach Christina, and then I'm here with the band. So I think we've got a total of 43.
Perfect. So 43 is quite a bit, and you guys are traveling all the time. We talk about this all the time. We want to send as many of the Chiefs, Seminole Sound, all of it to as many things as we can. And so, you guys prove it all the time. You're always on the road. You're always somewhere. So let's talk about the Great Give today. I stayed up till midnight because I wanted to be the first one to donate, and I was not the first one to donate. Someone front-ended me. But in the meantime, we've had quite a bit of activity here. I just refreshed this page, and I was hoping that we could get to 50,000 prior
we're
to
close.
bringing you on the show, and we did.
Oh, we did. Good.
We
I
did.
just checked. I know we were at 48 something, so I was thinking by 11, if we hit 50,000, that'd be great. So, yeah, that's great news.
Dr. Plack, can you just give everybody that may not know just a general idea on what the Chiefs will be doing when they go to Ireland?
Well, of course, everything centers around the football game on the 24th. Our plan, there are some performances and some obligations as part of the game itself that requires, bands from both Florida State, Georgia Tech to participate. Small performances, small pep band things, block party kind of thing. I think they even put a pep band on some buses and just drive them through the streets while they play. So we're still finding out those things, but everything, of course, centers on the football game itself. And you know, uh, we were hoping to take a number that would represent us the way we'd like to be represented. And so we've targeted bringing 170 of our upperclassmen. So all of our juniors, seniors, and super seniors that are can go and want to go, we're making that effort to take them, and that number's right at 170. I think Georgia Tech has done this game before. They did the actual first ever game in Dublin against Boston College back in 2015, 16, and they took 150, and I think that's what they're trying to do again. So, we just want to have a group that'll be nice and, give us a good sounding war chant and fight song and represent us the way we want to be represented. So 170 upperclassmen. Anything more than that was just not going to be financially feasible. We had a lot of our rising sophomores that wanted to go, and that would have put our number closer to almost 300. And at an estimated $3,000 per student. That would have been, we would have been nearing $1 million to take, 290, 300, marching chiefs. And that just logistically and financially was not going to be something, uh, that we could do. So taking our upperclassmen, I think is a good compromise, and they're certainly deserving.
Yeah, for sure. And you and I have talked in the past about how many, would it be 50? Would it be 100? Would it be 150? I'm so proud that the number is on the upper end of that.
Sure.
And I do have a question, and some people have asked me this, like logistically, this is going to be quite a nightmare, right? To get that many people across.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot we have yet to completely figure out. I mean, this is not like a bowl game in that information immediately starts to flow. And so there are some details that we are anxiously awaiting. Whether that be from the game itself or athletics or the president's office. We're working in conjunction, but there are still some things that we are in the process of working through, and that's a little nerve wracking considering we just hit March, and that game is around the corner. But the first big part of this is just making money that we can send the number that we want, and so that starts today. I mean, we can't do anything if we don't have the funding we need, and so the Great Give is going to be a critical part of that for us.
Yeah, 170 students, some of which may not have a passport, right? Some of which may have never traveled.
Yeah. Well, we've made it clear to them when they were signing up that that we had certain things.
And there you go. Oh, there he's back. I think I lost your audio. May have lost the audio here. Did. All right. So Dr. David Plack currently talking about some stuff, and I don't think he can hear me either. He is on a bus on his way to Greensboro with the women's basketball team. The women's basketball tournament starts today. Dr. Plack, I don't think you can hear me anymore. And I don't think I can hear you. But anyway, I was going to thank you, Dr. Plack, for coming on the show. And I'm going to roll this tote board one more time. And if you do have some time later on today, maybe we can get you back on. It's just the way it is. It's the bus. It's the bus. All right. So we're going to close this out for now. And I'm going to text Dr. Plack here in a moment. The Chiefs are well on their way here of raising money. Their goal is $125,000. They're at $55,000 already at 11 a.m. And maybe we'll have another update a little later today. Maybe as Dr. Plack is not traveling through the bowels. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
You're back.
Sorry.
I was vamping.
Yes.
I was vamping. I was just saying. I think we missed the parts about the passports.
Yeah, surprisingly, when we polled the students early on in the fall, we found a large majority of our students have passports. We just did even an informal show of hands, and a large majority did. So that that speaks to this day and age of travel. But
Sure.
I think we're good there.
Excellent. And the other piece of that would be, like, I don't know how many, I don't know if you polled them, but how many of them have been out of the country before? They have passports, but maybe they haven't used them yet. This can be a huge opportunity and an experience for these students.
Yeah, it's gonna, again, we're going over there. It is, I mean, there is an educational benefit to this trip without question. I've never been to Ireland, and I'm looking forward to that. And I know a lot of our students probably have not been either. But it is also a business trip as well. And that's why,
Yep.
that's why we don't feel that they should be, if they're going over there in a more of a business capacity and to support the team, we want to minimize any and all expenses on them because they're traveling in an official capacity. Unlike when we went to France in 2019 and we performed in Paris and we performed as part of the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. That was, that's not an official capacity. I mean, it is. We're officially representing Florida State, but, that was an optional, opportunity. So students, we did not raise money for that trip. Students, that
Right.
was something that, we did get some financial help and some fundraising with some major gifts. But, that when it came down to it, that expense was, that helped supplement the cost for the students. But in the end, it was still a cost for the students because, it was not an official Florida State athletic event or anything of that nature. We were going to represent Florida State, and we were hoping to have 150 on that trip, and ended up taking almost 375.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I did not go on that trip, but I heard it was great.
It was. I mean, it was a week. This is a little streamlined. Our
It's
goal is to
different.
go. Yeah, our goal is to go over on Wednesday. Get some obviously experiences, do the things that we need to do, and then with the start of classes on Monday, we have to immediately return on Sunday. So, it's a little bit more abbreviated than our trip to France in 2019, which was, I think, 8 days. But
Mhm.
it was a great experience, and this should be too. I think we're all excited.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, they're going to get to experience some things, but it's not the vacation of a
Yeah,
lifetime. So it's
yeah,
important that everybody, if you have the means, to chip in, and the Great Give is the way to do it. And then once the Great Give is done, I know that the Coaches Club is supposed to be spun up at some point on
yep,
the booster site, which is important because once Dublin comes and goes, there's still a bunch of away games that we would love to send the Chiefs to. So,
sure.
um, Dr. Plack, I know you're with the students all the time. Has there ever been an away game that they didn't want to go to?
No, I mean, we stand ready and able to be deployed, you know, um, uh, when called upon. And our desire, I think everybody's desire, um, from team to university to us, is to have, is to get to a point where we can make that happen. We'd be open to having a band at every, you know, any event we'd be asked to go to. As we've sent pep bands to Notre Dame. We've sent, you know, I was pep up to Michigan in 1991 when I was in the band. It's not
Hmm.
uncommon that we send pep bands and full band travel for 400 some students. That's not that's not that's not inexpensive. So,
No, it's not,
um,
because you're talking. It's not
so
just buses;
bands
it's
if
hotel rooms.
under
It's
150, it just be we about that.
Well, I'm going to probably wrap it up here. I'm going to do one more roll the tote board, and 55 948 currently at 11 o'clock ish. Um, Thank you, Dr. Plack, for joining the show today. And if I can get in touch with you a little bit later, maybe we'll get a wrap up show toward the end of the day. Everybody, if you've not yet joined the Great Give and donated to the Chiefs, the links are everywhere. And we would appreciate as many of you can do that as you can. And as always, oh yeah, Mike Bartz. Good morning, Mike Bartz. I wanted to make sure I got that in. And Ryan, who's not able to join as a host today. Um, Ryan says, send Chiefs all the damn time, of course. And all I was saying, Dr. Plack, is to point everybody to the Great Give. The day ain't over till midnight strikes. So if you haven't had a chance to give yet, we're trying to point everybody to the Great Give. And I was just saying also, if you're available a little bit later today, I may pull you in for a final tally. Anyway, it's been rough on the bus. Not the greatest production, but it'll work. We are going to say at this point, we pull them in here. We have you back.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, look, you got. I mean, yeah.
I was just about to wrap up the show. So thanks for coming on. I know you're busy.
Yeah.
But I may check in with you a little later to see what the total is.
Sure.
And
sounds great.
And you guys, good luck in the tournament. You know, I have a soft spot in my heart for the women's team. So good luck and have a great time.
All right. Hey, thanks, Vince.
We'll see you.
See you. All right, man.
This has been Garnet and Old. Little shaky. Garnet and Old. No inside info. No context. No problem. Send Chiefs all the time. Damn time. We'll see you soon.